Hey, welcome back everyone. So this is my year in review for my channel. Thank you for joining me today. So 2019 is almost done for the year. And I thought I would take a look back and look at not only the past 12 months, but the entire 15 months that I have been on YouTube. And do a review, tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly for what has gone right, what has gone wrong with my channel, and where do I feel I need to make changes, and where I think I can improve, and what I have improved on. So let's get into some of the boring, numbers first that YouTube has sent me. I had 509,942 watch hours. I had 187,077 likes. I had 3.9 million views from unique viewers, not just the same person watching over and over again, but it's unique viewers, 3.9 million. I had a 73% engagement rate. That means that for those who were leaving comments, I engaged in 73% of all comments across the board. And it may not seem like it to a lot of people, but I really do try my hardest to reply to everyone, and especially within the first couple hours of a video going live. Most engagements I had was on the Christopher Watts series. I had 124,900 replies. You got that right, 124,900 replies to just the entire series on just Christopher Watts. That's how many replies I posted. Lot. 49.5% of my subscribers to my channel watched more than one video in a given 7-day period, which is phenomenally good. The average is only around 30%, but I had a 49.5%, which, thank you very much. 78.3% of my content was viewed by women between the ages of 45 and 54. This is up 20% in the last 6 months, but at the same time, the men in that age group are only up about 7.5%. But hey, it's growing. At least I got some men in there. It was there for the longest time, about 90% women, 10% men. And they're averaging right around 20% now, which, thank you. So, the good, the bad, and the ugly. What happened that on my channel in past 15 months that was good? I think I've made significant strides from where I started on editing, and I'm getting better at from where I started to now on the scripts and the storytelling, telling you the facts of it, and making sure that it made sense. Where when I first started, there was a lot of ums and ums and breaks in the actual conversation itself, and me telling the story and making sure that I got all the points across. I think I've made significant strides in that area. The growth of the overall channel. In the past 15 months, I went from 113 subscribers to just over 19,000 subscribers, which is, in 15 months is, from what I, feel, I don't know how YouTube says that's good or bad or whatever, I don't know. But for me, that's phenomenal. And I'm happy with it. Also, good. I think I've made some real lifelong friends with people here through YouTube, through the communications process, either talking with them on live streams and then communicating with them in person, either through direct messaging or Twitter or somehow. And quite a few people I speak with on a fairly regular basis around the world. And I think I've made some lifelong friends and people who will have my back, and I will have their back. And if they have channels, I support their channel. They support mine. We don't collaborate, on actual videos, but we do help each other with research and behind the scenes. So that's a great thing, and I'm happy, with that. And I really am honored that so many people look to me as a source of information, and they trust my actual research and my ability to get the answers. And I've shown several other creators where to get this information, and they're just blown away that this information was out there, because it didn't come up on ABC, CBS, mainstream media. I showed them how to get the actual real evidence and the real information that is not necessarily in the mainstream media, because they only have 30 seconds to give you a sound bite, and then they cut the information off. People don't understand that. I showed them how to get the entire information. Positive engagement. I've tried really hard to engage with my audience because it's important to me. But when the overall comments section on videos gets to the extreme of one side or the other, I tend to pull back and not interact as much. I wish I could interact with people as much, but I couldn't interact with people who call me an idiot. If they make fun of me, or if they put me down, or they mock another person in the comment section, I'm not going to reply to it. And a lot of times you might not see all the comments that I'm actually replying to. You only see all the negatives, but you have to scroll pages, through pages of negative comments before you'll actually get to where I've actually replied and actually commented. But I'm out there. So the positive engagement that I've had, along with other people replying to others within the actual comment section. Hey, he already answered that question above, and then directing people up. I really appreciate that. Another growth area. I've seen tremendous growth in Canada, the UK, and Australia and New Zealand, which is great. And I've got viewers and subscribers from all over the world: Spain, Germany, Ecuador, you name it. I've seen them in live streams, and I've seen them in the subscriber, and in the metrics as well. So that's a positive. All right, now to the bad. In the past 15 months, I've had my share plus of bad things that have happened on YouTube. Part of it is being on social media in general. There are people out there that get carried away, and they do things because they don't feel that they're ever going to be held accountable for their actions. I've been doxxed 4 times. I've received 17 total death threats against myself, my family, and my children. I have been cyberbullied on and off of YouTube. So what started on YouTube carried over to other social media platforms from the same person following and stalking me. I've had other channels badmouth me, steal my content, and then mock me in the comment sections. But then later on, they took the videos down once it was proven that I was actually right, and they were just completely full of donkey do. Another bad area. I'm not good at social media, and I realize that. I don't know if I'm ever going to get better at it. I mean, I'm pretty terrible at keeping up with social media in general. So, it's going to be one of those areas that I really have to work at to get better at. And I get to the point where I'm tired of the dumpster fire that is Facebook. Even having just a group there, for this page, for 411 now. It's hard to log on to Facebook and see that I have 400 comments in my inbox. I click on it, and it's 400 political or rantings or people making fun of other religions or whatever. If I start deleting everybody, then there's nobody in the group. And I try to give people a warning. Look, this is a page for just for true crime, just for my content on YouTube. but it, I give them a warning, and then they ignore it. I delete them. But more people have been booted from the group than there are in the group right now. So it's one of those things where it's like, why do I even try? If no one's going to listen to me and I'm the one who runs it, right? It's like the desire to go and interact with people on Facebook from YouTube that's just not worth it to me most days. Twitter, I can jump on the Twitter and fire off a tweet about a video that's coming up, and I can do that. That's easy. Other ones, Instagram and stuff like that, and Reddit, I'm trying to stay active as much as I can, but I'm terrible at it. The ugly, is just as bad as the good, the bad, and the ugly. The ugly is even worse. I've watched people on other channels take 100% of my entire video. I've seen them use my entire content and then hold an index card up in the corner where my logo is, and then it's just my content on their channel. Fire off, a cease and desist, takedown notice, and they've ignored it. And some have actually fought back against me because they felt that it was for some reason that they could just do this to me. And then YouTube took them down. But in the meantime, my content was already, yellow flagged, limited ads, and they were getting full advertisement on theirs, and it was my content they stole 100% of, and they were making ad money on theirs, but I was limited. Because you'll never figure out the algorithm with YouTube. I've already given up on that one. The ugly also, again, still with sticking with the limited ads, I didn't make a whole lot when it came to revenue this entire year. Overall, YouTube paid for about 62% of my total cost to run the YouTube channel, and that's it. That's all I made. If it wasn't for my Patreon supporters and those who gave me super chats and those who made donations through PayPal, I wouldn't be here today. That's as simple as that. Because I wouldn't have been able to pay even the bills to keep this at the bare minimum. Not counting any of the licensing agreements and all the extras that I have. Just keeping the bare minimum. I only made 62% of what it cost to run the channel. And there were areas coming in 2020 where I'm going to have to cut back, and stay within my projected budget for 2020. I had technical issues in 2020. Had a computer break on me. We had a meltdown of the software, and I lost a lot of content that I had filmed and had stacked up and was ready to, in case I needed to go out of town, I had it ready and available. And that really did not help my channel at all, because then I had to reshoot and do everything else over again, re-edit, which put me behind. But I got the new one right here, so we're doing great now. So that's the good, the bad, and the ugly. Where do I take this from here? Where do I see things going in 2020? 2020, I'm looking forward to obviously meeting more people in person, and along with making more friends on YouTube. And I really feel that in the past 15 months I've built a ground layer to be able to rely on of supporters and viewers who like the content that I do. They like that I give you the information, I give it to you straight. I'm not going to give you a bunch of hype or speculation or lies or anything else. I'm going to give you what can be proven. And I think a lot of people have really embraced that. And I'm looking forward to more growth for the channel next year. I'm also looking forward to doing more collaborations with other creators that I've been in contact with and talked to, where we're definitely going to either do something in video format here, or we're going to do something for the podcast that I'm starting in 2020. So I'm looking forward to those things, and I have nothing but the highest expectations for myself to make sure that I keep doing what I enjoy doing. and I stick to who I am, and I don't change much about my channel that's going to affect you, the viewer. So, I hope that you stick around. I hope you share the videos with your friends and family, those who like the content, who would be interested in it. And we'll see you in 2020. Thank you again, and everyone, stay safe out there.